I think we all need to wake up. You, me, we. Just to remind all of us who may have harped on the uneventfulness of our 4th of July festivities last weekend. We probably deserved what we got. A punk-dick bastard sets fire to the jungle gym of my elementary school, and all the good we are for is to stand back and snap selfies of burning rubber. Just like we were only good to pull out the camera phone for the many different fires since 2012. If we as a community are the utmost concerned about making sure our kids are safe, or whatever homes and businesses are left standing vulnerable against the unexpected assault of arson, then why haven't all of us had eyes and ears on deck since Lipton Tea? The Majestic Theater is approaching 1 year since its closure, and now foreclosure, and few people are batting an eye to attempt to reopen it or set up shop on any movie theater, in exchange for succumbing to the allure of Netflix, Hulu, and illegal downloading. Some people treat the good old-fashioned method of going out for a movie and catching some fresh air like Rosa Parks is sitting at the front of the bus. There has not been one sustainable restaurant to reside in the drive-in that once was Woody's. The previous occupants offered mini-golf, and they couldn't sell that, whilst being located almost across from a real golf course, which is either the fault of the business owners, or the property owners, or the city council, or the citizens themselves. And this is just a total presumption, but it would seem to me that a sizable portion of residents here, some around my age, or those whose life expectations just pass them by, would care more for boozing and using. 58 liquor licenses. In a town that doesn't seem to have 13,000 people. And I'm not just talking bars. I'm talking gas stations, I'm talking dining establishments. Business on Main Street is floating to the pubs. Are our leaders aloof? Or do we just not care for our image enough to try and help sober it up a little? If it's cheap enough to hawk a license just for someone to catch a cozy buzz whenever they feel, why is it so hard, on the 4th of July, to give the youth of this town and their parents and families a proper weekend of fun? If I had a spare backyard, I would have invited kids and their families to stage a pickup game of baseball so they could have some proper fun. I would have offered that idea to those here in Revolution for our off weekend, to add some entertainment value. But I can't even get the memo across that our arena needs an extreme makeover, and a wall that needs to be torn down. To our standing room only crowd, this is why I have my own show. To stick up for the little guys. Maybe I'm in the wrong kind of venue to take a real-life stand about things that I have no absolute control over. Well, wouldn't you rather I show you a video of cats? Would that please your carefree minds? Here, have a cat video. Show it, play it! Somewhere, the freak is having a wet dream. Hello, Revolution fans watching on YouTube and Facebook. Scare Moxley with you, direct from the upper deck here at Safe Haven in Streeter, Illinois. This is your Revolution Report, your monthly stop for everything you need to know about Revolution Wrestling. And for this month, your one and only stop before Pledge of Allegiance. Yes, there is no adrenaline, but the rush is on to our next free preview this Saturday. All 5 championships will be defended at our return from the 4th of July break. The founder has already announced two of those title matches for Tag Team and Revolution Gold. In the main event, Brian Phoenix defends RevDub's richest prize against two former Revolution champions, two former rivals turned Dream Team partners, Prodigy Snake and Krypt. The collective eyes of Snake and Krypt have been focused on attaining that elusive Triple Crown as a duo, to capture the tag team titles on top of winning previously both the RevDub and Unbreakable championships. But Prodigy has already been quick on the trigger as to his reasoning for winning the Revolution Championship for a third time, and for that matter, Krypt having a second run with that belt. At Golden Opportunity, he saw, just as we all did, Brian Phoenix's assault on Let's Rocker, just after Phoenix's successful title defense against Kyle Cash. Snake admonished Phoenix for his actions against the winner of the Golden Gauntlet, as Rocker had already stated he wouldn't cash in his title shot, so long as Phoenix was champion, only merely saving Phoenix from a post-match attack by Vajesus, who himself had been hell-bent on stealing the biggest prize in Revolution. Snake called the attack a show of quote-unquote disrespect towards the Revolution Championship. In his only public statement since Golden Opportunity, Brian Phoenix said of Rocker's appearance that he took it as an insult of his ability, that Lex may have believed Brian couldn't handle an attack by Vajesus or anyone else in the locker room. Recent history can see both sides of the story. On the one hand, Phoenix has been left not standing on his own 2 feet in the wake of any outsider attacks, such as the run-up to Uprising last October and with Cash and Vajesus in separate instances in the past few months. On the other hand, Phoenix has withstood these attacks and delivered when it mattered most, from bell to bell. His championship reign is the longest in the Revolution era. With that said, what's confusing still, with Phoenix's claim that Rocker making the save was an insult, could be thrown right back in Brian's face, judging by the way he repaid Lex with 2 sudden shots upside the head to Rocker with the Revolution Championship belt and the subsequent crossface. This could very well give Prodigy Snake's disrespect notion some validity, but Phoenix has been in a very different zone going back to late last season, and the obsession to thwart the tyranny of Mike Houston. Phoenix was sent over the edge in that obsession, and even with gaining the championship, he himself did not loosen up from that bout of rage. Disrespect or paranoia, 2 contrasting sides of the story. Over time, we hope to get down to the bottom of it, and we hope the answers come sooner than later. Still to come on the report, a match-by-match preview of Saturday's Pledge of Allegiance, including a rundown of the remaining 4 championship contests. But next, we take you to the vault to relive Prodigy Snake and Krypt's finest battle.
Houston. You wanted to take this, and you wanted to try to put me out, so you could get what you call a little retribution or a little payback. The thing is, Houston, is I'm not the one that started this. You started this. And you haven't changed a bit. You haven't changed from the egotistical maniac that you were last year, when you had to control everything. You run this company, you're running it into the ground. You give people that lose title shots. You give no one that's not in your little group a chance. And you want to hit me with this. Like I said, there's a war. There's a war coming, Houston. There is a war. and not one person that's with you in Revolution is safe. There's not one person that you have underneath your control safe. There's not one person that's sitting in them chairs on the 18th that's safe. You want to start a war? You want to say, oh, I'm just getting payback for what you did? You started this. You started this, not us. You just cannot fathom the ideal of somebody coming in and trying to take your little baby away. Revolution Wrestling. That's not even important to me anymore. You know what's important to me? Is showing what kind of a liar and a fraud you are. Because you've not changed. Like I've said before, you've never changed. You're the same person you've been. And somebody is going to get hurt. Someone is getting hurt on the 18th. And then you're going to see that salvation's not a joke. Everybody thinks we're a joke. We're not a joke. And one other thing. My little buddy, who still likes to talk and wants to make a video about salvation, every time I hear you speak or even read anything on the internet that you do, my intellect goes down. But I'm going to tell you one thing. The 18th, I'm going to give you a belated birthday present. And when you see it, you're going to know what it is. In Houston, like I said, somebody is getting hurt on the 18th. And salvation, you might as well change the name of it right now to Pledge of Allegiance to Salvation, because we are going to take over.
This Saturday, Prodigy Snake and Krypt are two pegs in the triple threat warfare for the Revolution Championship, in a brief respite from their quest for the Triple Crown. At this time last year, it was anything but a holy dream alliance. Both men were aligned very differently. Krypt with the administration, Snake with the rebellion. Their rivalry, transcendent from the rivalry between their individual groups. They had off-and-on battles for over a decade, none more memorable or chronicled than here in Revolution. 7 times last season did they face off, all with ties to the biggest prize in Revolution. But Pledge of Allegiance was the setting for perhaps their most memorable confrontation. 2 out of 3 falls, with Krypt defending the gold he took from Snake via the cashing in of Title in the Bank. From last year's Pledge of Allegiance, July 26, 2014, for the Revolution Championship, the Dream War for the Dream Team.
Ring the bell!
Build up over match on! Boot ducked by Snake! Right off the bat! Oh! Black Hole Slam! That time connected. Snake winning the first 2 matches of this rivalry, and the last 2, both won by Krypt. That's for dinner. Dinner at Jimmy John's. What am I paying for it? Winner, winner, Italian dinner. Snake, right hands. Bringing the fury. Gonna be a lot of walking around to get through in this contest. It won't end with just one pinfall. He'll take 2 from one guy in possibly a best of 3. So far, it's been all brawling. And Krypt, way like way. Right hand, right to that corner. Goes back. Oh, big guard!
Weapons! On those weapons! Let's go!
That was more than just a spear, and now the fans
Come on!
bringing in the weapons. Well, we mentioned earlier, this has the potential for 3 stages of hell. Ah! And hellfire is beginning to get thrown.
I didn't feel it, do it
A
again!
kendo stick.
Again! 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 Another one! I'm not feeling it! Swing harder!
Oh. Series of shots with a kendo now. Oh!
I barely got that one! Do it again!
The most loyal, the most jaded, the most diehard of fans have stuck around all day from bell to bell. From Skitsy's win over Asylum to this, the focal point. And much like in the battle royal from earlier, not an eye has been batted away from this battle. Krypt setting up. Oh! And attacking the knee. Pinfalls, submissions, countouts, disqualifications.
See that!
Gonna do it again? No. Turn around. Oh! Kick that? No. This time! Knee slamming the canvas.
Swing, swing!
Best to let the action seemingly speak for itself. You know the importance at home. 2 falls to decide a championship. Wait a minute.
No! No!
Oh! Another Psycho Joe special. Oh wait. Snake's legs twisted, Krypt. Figure 4 by Krypt. Snake. I don't even know if rope breaks are legal if we're seeing all these weapons immediately. The groin getting smothered in the corner. Revolution Championship all night. Oh, Snake. Belly back with a right hand, possibly on one leg. A clothesline takes down the champ. Prodigy reaching for the belt. Legal is a headlock and right to the skull. So much action. This is only the first fall.
KFC! KFC! KFC!
The fans finally got their chicken.
KFC!
Wow. The fans finally gonna get a taste of Colonel Sanders. Meanwhile, Krypt, uh-oh, sitting up after getting a taste of metal. A chair this time. Oh, jeez.
That was awesome! Yeah! That was
A kick to the face. You see a snake. You see weapons all over the place. You momentarily saw a skateboard. Psycho Joe, you have been immortalized again. Psycho Joe, who has not been here a long time, but we know he's watching. Steel City to the back.
No! No! No!
The first fall. Oh. And attacking the knee that was weakened earlier by a kendo. Moving out of the way. Chairman's dead. Oh, and a big kick. Snake snapping the life of the chair. And on that leg. Oh! And Icky Thump's gonna need to look for a new toilet seat. And now. Uh-oh. Oh, God!
That is straight abuse of a skateboard. Better you than me!
If Punch Drunk Paulie were here, we would definitely cry cranium dranium.
Oh, look.
Krypt getting set up on the top turnbuckle. As we inch closer. Snake gonna try. Look at the elevation. Ow! Superplex! All this action is still the first fall of 3. Splash! Off the ropes. Snake covers 2. No. The first decision. Jesus! Krypt getting choked. Grabbed by the shirt. Oh, choke slam! The biggest turnout of the year in Revolution Wrestling. And a main event befitting of that turnout, Spinebuster! I don't know if the winner of this match will be able to survive the aftermath, much less an interview with yours truly coming up at the Revolution Report. Oh, spinning! Spinning heel kick, and I almost took one for the team. And pulled a knee at the end of it. The chair goes flying.
This is
awesome! Probably won't feel my legs either. He let out a toot. I swear I heard rip.
Oh, man.
Krypt. With a chair.
You why
Capacity. Wait a minute.
hold this title so long.
Wait a minute. Oh, you're getting a front row seat. Oh!
Jack the title! Jack the title! Jack the title!
Off.
Fans! Get the table!
What? Oh my! The fans! At least it's not Terry Funk calling for a chair.
You can hit the ring. Throw it. You can hit
Look at that table.
Don't hit him. Minor details.
Oh, don't. Yeah, at least don't throw it. Where did that come from? Jesus! I've heard of Stairway to Heaven, but that looks rather much more ominous than what Led Zeppelin even feel. Good grief. This is probably a 20-foot ladder. This is insane. Telling the ref to hold the ladder. You might as well, Mo Digger. Get your money's worth. It's gonna be the damnedest thing I have ever seen. As he sends Krypt to the outside, to the end of the table.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Until he done goofs.
Oh, no. Get up.
Oh, jeez. This is suicide. This is suicide. No. This is suicide. Snake. More than halfway up the ladder. Oh, God.
Please do it again! Ow! Do it again!
One of the damnedest falls I have ever seen in Revolution Wrestling. Even in FYW. Even the best House of Hardcore matches have nothing After this, Prodigy Snake nearly suicide leg drop. Connected, but Krypt moving out of the way. On the ropes. Oh, a turnaround.
1, 2,
2.
2.
Whoa! No, Houston! Houston's up! Chair missed! Oh, Superman punch! Houston's down!
That was a donkey punch. I just said punch him in the face.
Revolution Wrestling, we all have opinions. Both men standing. Bam drop!
1,
2, 3!
How is he going to come out with the title?
Thought he almost broke that leg after coming off the 20,
It's been
25 foot ladder.
Yeah, I don't know how tall that is. Maybe 16 feet.
Sharpshooter! Krypt looking to reach. As we walk around, Snake pulls Krypt in the middle.
Is he going to tap?
He does tap! It's over!
It's over.
Prodigy Snake!
Prodigy Snake is a new world champ.
Revolution Wrestling Champion, Prodigy Snake!
Prodigy Snake is back on top of the mat. It's over there, I'm sure. Other side of the ring. Wait, it's over here. There you go. Okay, Kelly.
One hell of a fight, one hell of a match.
That was a final battle if I ever heard one. Prodigy Snake scores a big one for the rebellion and maybe for America.
For the first time since Golden Opportunity, we're back in action at Safe Haven this Saturday for the second annual Pledge of Allegiance free preview, Revolution's own version of Independence Day. Plenty of patriotism will be on display, but also butts are set to be whooped. There's some tremendous matchups signed for Saturday, the aforementioned Revolution title match being one. Here's a run-through of your match-by-match lineup. All titles are on the line on Saturday. But there is this one score left between the Super Beard Bros and Salvation. Last month, Rob Adams single-handedly defeated Salvation on his own. Madman WK is in full-on ear kitty mode and ready to go for Pledge of Allegiance, as the Beards go up against Chris Kennedy and Pennywise. Jim Spraggan has been nothing short of irate after Mike Houston gave him the business with kendo sticks, a taste of his own medicine from back last cruise night. Spraggan has declared war, but from my vantage point, war has indeed been forged between all parties. For the first time since Uprising, every championship in Rev Dub will be on the line in a single afternoon. For the Hardcore Championship, and speaking of Salvation, the Freak will challenge Jimmy Jack Daniels. For the Clan, Cletus and Jenny already have forged their own frontline confederacy against the unholier-than-thou union that is Salvation. And it's anything but civil. U.S. history references aside, Salvation has not put down Jimmy Jack gently. And Jimmy Jack has never been known to be a gentle giant. Except when under the influence, maybe. The influence is destined to be more barbaric this time around, with the forecast calling for scars and scrapes at Pledge of Allegiance. How's this for deja vu? For the first time, Jesus defends his Unbreakable Championship against Sir Reginald, Former tag team champions squaring off for the Unbreakable title. And if you remember Pledge of Allegiance last year, but Jesus sent Reg packing out of the Illinois Valley. It wouldn't be Pledge of Allegiance without an American title defense. And it is good news for Shawn Mitchell. Even better news for Chaos. Those two have not been strangers to each other this season. Both men faced off during the Golden Gauntlet and at FanFest. Chaos has felt lately like number 2 instead of number 1. The Silent Killer has indeed been silenced for much of this season, except a pair of wins over Wolf Assassin and True Sin. And he has pleaded for competition against some of the top names. Management has granted his wish for this Saturday, and one-on-one, Chaos will face Shawn Mitchell, with the American title up for grabs. Chaos last held that title in FYW about 3.5 years ago. Will Chaos move up from the proving ground floor to the American title? Or will Mr. Mitchell's star continue to shine bright at Chaos's expense? The Princeton Preps defend their tag team titles against the first-time tandem of Wolf Assassin and Dimitri. Power and psychology will help fuel both Wolf and Dimitri as they look for dual success against the reigning champions. For Kurt Reed and D-Row, their relationship has taken somewhat of an odd turn since right after FanFest. At least in the case of Kurt Reed, who has had a slight change of demeanor. Of course, none of us can forget the de facto Benadryl commercial at the Animal Tribute Show, where the Princeton natives slammed members of the Streeter Faithful. But lately, Kurt Reed has expressed offers of shaking hands with his opponents and heading to church. And even he knew that the Preps' victory at Golden Opportunity was marred by a bit of cheating on D-Row's part. But they are the champions, and a formidable combination heading to Safe Haven this Saturday against another formidable competition in Wolf Assassin in Dimitri. And of course, Brian Phoenix, Prodigy Snake and Krypt for the biggest prize in RevDub. It should also be pointed out for historical precedent that Brian Phoenix walked into Pledge of Allegiance last year as American champion and lost his title. But Phoenix has said he will not back down from this challenge. Not even with Snake and Mike Houston expressing their own 2 cents about the actions of the champion following Golden Opportunity. And what about Lex Rocker, the holder of the Golden Opportunity briefcase? What are his thoughts after being physically sabotaged by his friend? Revolution returns this Saturday at Safe Haven with Pledge of Allegiance from 210 North Bloomington Street in Streeter, Illinois. Bell time is 2 p.m., with pre-show activities beginning 30 minutes prior to the official opening. And oh, by the way, all the bell-to-bell action is absolutely free. Before I sign off, I just have one more thing I'd like to get off my chest. I'm pretty sure that some of you who have attended live shows at Safe Haven this season know that I'm a bit of a different person during live shows than I am taping this particular show. I obviously don't have the cardio I once had for this particular gig, and I've done it for about 4 years now. This direct-to-camera business I do here puts me in a better comfort zone, and I can think a lot more clearly in an isolated position than I can on most show days trying to pretend to be the fat Francis Ford Coppola. With that said, I do have to say this. True Sin, I can sit here and call out juvenile, racist pot shots and go all Richard Pryor, Jungle Bunny, honky, spades, honky honky, dead honky. I can do that. I could be a stand-up businessman and buy you barbecue chips and menthol cigarettes just to show that I do like you, no matter how albino you may be. You or Diz, it could work either way. It isn't my fault you lost your mask. It isn't my fault you lost the Golden Opportunity. It isn't my fault that Cletus fired you. It isn't my fault that Spraggan was probably right about that white woman thing. But it is my fault on one thing, and that is that it's my fault that I waited this long to finally stop being a pussy to do something productive about your nonsense. Yeah, I said pussy. We aired a cat video earlier on. What do you want from me? I don't have the papers right now, but I filed a grievance and a court summons sometime in the not too distant future. I'm taking you to court. Small claims, but a court nonetheless. Because this harassment, this nonsense about punking out someone with a camera, someone fairly innocent in nature, someone that wouldn't get himself involved in physical fisticuffs whatsoever. Because let's be honest, I'm frightened for my life in certain cases. This has got to stop. All this. I mean, I'm sure people want to see me get my ass whooped as much as they want me to dance. Which, you gotta be hypocritical because nobody can actually make a corpse do the disco duck unless their masters of levitation. But ultimately, I'm a bigger man than getting in a real fight. You will show up to court. You will get your summons. You will get the date, and you will show up in front of a judge. And you will get what you deserve. And unless you know how to shrink linen, believe me, boy, the glove is going to fit. We'll see you Saturday for Pledge of Allegiance. Claire. Dad honky, my cracker fucking ass. Bet that man is as good a credit rating as Grease. He can keep his ugly white women, too, as far as I'm concerned. 50 years ago, they both would have been hanging upside down. He'd have the fork up his ass while she'd have the Twinkie.